Hey there and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something that sounds way more complicated than it actually is. Calculating your modified adjusted gross income, or MAGI, for Medicare premiums. I know. MAGI sounds like some mystical formula from a wizard's spellbook, right? But trust me, it's just math and a little bit of common sense. Alright, let's break this down so we can make sure we're all on the same page. First off, MAGI is the number the government uses to figure out if you'll pay extra for your Medicare premiums. This is important because, well, nobody likes surprises when it comes to bills. If you're watching this, you probably want to know if you'll pay more than the basic Medicare premium. So, grab a snack, maybe a calculator, and let's dive in. Let's start with the basics. MAGI stands for Modified Adjusted Gross Income. Now, you might be thinking, hey, isn't it just my gross income? Or is it just my adjusted gross income? Well, it's a little of both. In fact, it's your adjusted gross income, AGI, which is your total income minus certain deductions, like student loan interest or contributions to retirement plans, plus some extra things like tax-exempt interest income. So, in short, MAGI equals AGI plus tax-exempt income. It's like a math equation, but with a bit more mystery. And why does this matter? Because your MAGI determines whether you'll be subject to those pesky income-related monthly adjustment amounts, or IRMAA, which can raise your Medicare premiums. Now, why does MAGI matter for Medicare? Well, let's face it, Uncle Sam needs money. And the higher your MAGI, the higher your Medicare premiums could be. The government uses your MAGI to decide if you should pay the standard premium or an income-adjusted one. So, if you've made more money than they expect, you might find yourself shelling out more than the standard rate. You don't want to be the person who opens their bill and says, "Wait a second, why am I paying more for Medicare than my neighbor? Did they mistake me for Bill Gates?" Well, MAGI might be the culprit. But don't worry, we're going to walk through the exact numbers so you can understand exactly how this all works. Okay, time to roll up our sleeves and crunch some numbers. First things first, you need to gather your financial documents. This means your tax returns. You'll be looking at your Form 1040, that form you're supposed to know by heart, or at least, that's what your accountant wants you to think. Here's where we get started. Step 1. Look at your adjusted gross income, AGI. You can find this on line 11 of your Form 1040. This is your total income after deductions, but before any tax credits. If you have any tax-exempt interest, you'll need to add that to the mix. Now, don't forget those pesky tax-exempt interest payments. You're going to add those to your AGI to get your MAGI. If you've had tax-exempt interest from municipal bonds, for instance, this is the step where you add it to your AGI. So, I know what you're thinking. But wait, I thought my income was already adjusted. Why do I need to add things back? Great question. It's because MAGI is meant to give the government a better picture of your overall income, including those exemptions. You're basically showing the IRS your big picture. Think of it like your personal Instagram feed. If the IRS wants to see what you're posting, they don't just look at one photo. They look at the whole account. Let's do a real-life example. Imagine your AGI from your Form 1040 is $80,000. Now you have $3,000 in tax-exempt interest. So your MAGI is $80,000 plus $3,000, which equals $83,000. Now let's say you're 65 years old and signing up for Medicare. The standard Medicare Part B premium for someone with a MAGI under $97,000 is $174.70 per month. But since your MAGI is below the threshold, you're still in the clear. Congratulations, you get the basic premium. But what if your MAGI is higher? You're probably wondering, what happens if I make more than that? Do I have to sell my house to pay the new premium? Don't worry. We're not talking about selling organs on the black market just to cover your medical bills. If your MAGI exceeds the threshold, you could be subject to higher premiums. The exact amount depends on your MAGI, For example, if your MAGI is between $97,001 and $123,000, you'll pay a little more, around $230 a month for Part B. If you're really high up there, it could go all the way up to $578.30 a month. Yikes, right? Now what if you have a bad year and your income spikes due to something like selling your house or cashing in investments? If your income for the year is temporarily high, don't panic. You can appeal your IRMAA decision. It's not a magic trick, but it works. Just fill out a form and provide proof that your situation was a one-time event. If the appeal is approved, you may get your premiums adjusted back to the standard rate. So if life gives you lemons, just appeal. All right, folks, we've gone through a lot today. To sum it up, MAGI, AGI plus, tax-exempt interest. If your MAGI is too high, you might pay higher Medicare premiums, but don't fret. There are always options for appeals, and the key is staying on top of your finances and making sure the government doesn't surprise you with extra charges. And remember, calculating your MAGI doesn't have to be scary. It's just a bunch of math, and as they say, math is fun. Okay, maybe nobody says that, but still, you've got this. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, share, and leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll see you next time, hopefully with less math. Bye.